Welcome back to Dallas Twang. I'm Dave. So we got an A minor piece here today. It's kind of a groover. Here's the backing track that I just played over in the intro. That's one chord. Okay. There's one little riff in there, I guess, right? It's okay. That's kind of important because that's going to help us assess what you know scale ideas we can use over this. Okay, but now anytime you have a jam with a minor tonal center like this, um, you're going to be able to use at least audition and probably use very successfully minor pentatonic, right? So we're going to get warmed up on that. I just want to mention real quick before we do that, if you haven't checked out the Patreon site or heard about that yet, I did a video using this backing track last week on Patreon, and I put up one of the things I do over there is I put up long versions of the backing tracks along with them. There's no ads on there, at least for several months. At some point, may recycle them back into YouTube or something. But when I post them, they're early release, no ads, and there's one each week. Okay, so we only have one tier of membership over there. It's $5 a month, right? So that's math's not my strong suit, but that's I don't know, a dollar something, I think, a lesson or something like that. And really, it's just I guess choosing to kind of help fund our family business and keep this whole thing going. We really appreciate the support. I will have a portion of this backing track at the end of this video, like I always do, for you to practice with. So let's get in here and warm up with our minor pentatonic. Which, we're assessing, but we're confident that that's going to fit something like this, right? I like that track's kind of groovy, so I like to play, some more phrased out stuff and kind of rest in between. Okay, that's all just minor pentatonic. Now, when you have something with a minor tonal center like that, minor pentatonic all day long, usually. And but there's some other candidates that we can investigate. Natural minor scale. What if we want to put some more notes in there? We don't have other chords that it's moving to in the progression. So using chord tones or triad tones rather is kind of a it's kind of already built in. We take that root, that minor third C for the A, and our fifth of A, the note is E, they're already all in there. Right? That's the cool thing about minor pentatonic, right? That's why we love it. So that's cool. If we add some extensions to that, we could say, hey, let's go up to the seventh, root third, it's going to be a flat seven. That's in the minor pentatonic. Okay. So, all right. Where do we go from there? The 9, right? So that's going to be, you go past the octave and you get to the next note going up the 7-note scale or whatever scale it is that you're assessing, investigating, and that in this case that's a whole step 2 frets above A. The note's B. Okay, so now I got like a that sounds cool. Let's see what it sounds like over the track. Okay. I like that, man. That 9, a little bit of that goes a long way. And it's very adaptable. You can kind of just, you know, essentially what we're doing is we're taking our A minor pentatonic pattern up B flat minor if you want. It's going to sound a whole lot better if we go with the A. Okay, and just adding that one other note in there. That your program could be as simple as that, right? And that's going to exponentially expand the sound of what you're doing with that minor pentatonic, right? It's just going to make it much deeper and richer sounding. Now, maybe you don't do that every pass, right? You pick your battles, but when you want something to really sink your teeth into, you throw that in there, and you can bend it between the See, each time I bend it, I'm just bending it 1 fret distance because it goes up to that minor third. C. Isn't that nice? So, um, you know, if that's all you take away from this video, great, right? Go put that track on, play some minor pentatonic, and throw that 9 in there. It's a good day, right? It's time well spent if that's the takeaway. There's one other note that I like to put in here, and it comes from that little move in the riff of the track. Okay. And it's kind of like those look like, D, C, right? And you could do them like as kind of a full, chords or whatever. But really the important part is that, and again, it's kind of like sounds like minor pentatonic. Right? Just kind of like you're harmonizing that pentatonic, except this note, it's not included in the minor pentatonic, right? Just like that B wasn't. So the note is F sharp. If you do a little side work on this, you notice that that's like if we treat this as kind of a little portion of D, that's like the major third of D. Okay, so that lets us know that, and you don't really have to line it up. It's not like, oh, we're going to a D chord, right? It's just, but that's our clue that Dorian, is a good candidate to experiment with here, right? So, if I go up the natural minor scale, if any of this eludes you or you're just like, Dorian, natural minor, don't worry. Don't jump ship. Like, oh, nope. Now we're talking about just, if you don't get 100% of everything that's going on in a YouTube video all the time, don't worry about it, right? Take the part that you can use and leave the rest, and later on it'll come back around, Just a little bit of advice for, everything that you're being told is the critical thing, it's not. It's just not. It's not as important as you're being told it is, right? Most of the time, just you got it. Just keep going. Um, so if I go the natural minor, one way that you can define Dorian is when I get to the sixth degree of that scale, I'm going to raise it. Yeah, there. Now you can always kind of already feel that that's going to fit this track just because of the notes that are being used on that riff. But let's try it out. You also have to audition things, right? None of us, well, some of us maybe, not certainly not me. Most of us cannot compose in our head and like analyze everything and then like have 100% success rate of like plugging our theory onto our putting it onto our guitar, right? We have to do a little messing around to see what works. So let's try it. Okay, now, so what you just saw is not me doing stuff that I already have worked out that I do all the time. I've never played that sequence before, right? I'm using the elements and the theory that I'm discussing with you in real time, right? So I'm not playing the greatest lead in the history of the world, right? I'm investigating. I'm doing work, right? And what I found was that this works. Right? And so does this. And I can also bend this one. When I stand flat footed on that one, sometimes it's like it's kind of dicey. You got to be a little more careful with this one, right? Where you put it. But when I bend it, I bend it up to that flat seven. That just gives I did that up here. There's a takeaway lick right there for A Dorian. I'm bending from that raised six, the notes F sharp, to G, the flat seven of the A minor pentatonic, or an A minor chord with. Then just right back to, kind of a blues type lick out of minor pentatonic, A minor pentatonic, right? That all just kind of worked out, didn't it? So here's one way to look at it. We've got the riff, get into the groove with your minor pentatonic, add in that ninth, that B, mess around with that. And then when you're ready, start adding in that F sharp. Don't forget to bend them, and they're both quarter bends or half bends or. And man, you've really styled out that pentatonic, which is totally adequate by itself. A lot of players could use only the 5 pentatonic notes and make this jam sound great, right? You could in your own way already. When you add these other things in, they're just to spice it up, right? And that's the fun part. And stuff like that really catches your ear and catches the listener's ear. Let me know how this goes for you. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.